Man gets sick of people walking cycle lane, let the story commence. Craig was a cyclist and he was sick of people walking in the cycle lane. Fair enough if it's kinda like the bit next to the pavement, like on the road, that's sort of it's just kind of dotted line. But this was clearly the green stuff and the newly sort of pedestrianised and cycle laned bit of his local high street, and people are just like that. With prams or just walking there, even with a whole pavement there. They're just like, oh, this is a nice wee bit here. Just walk this way. And Craig went, you know what? I'm just going to. I saw two people walking up the cycle path, and he was heading down. So I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to act like I don't see them, as if why should I look where I'm going? Because this is a psychopath that goes one way, right? The one on the other side of the street goes that way. So I've got no reason to really, like, pure, like, swerve around people and keep my eye on. I'm just going to go like that, act like I don't see them, and wait for them to see me. Go, oh Christ, we better get off the psychopath. That's, what are we? Oh, psychopath. That's what Craig thought. Just kept going like that. They looked at Craig, and Craig went like, you know, act like he still couldn't see him, but he clocked him. They didn't move out of the way. Craig thought, I'll just leave it to the last minute, and I'll just slam the brakes on. He left it to the last minute, last second, and slammed the brakes on. And went a kind of like kind of dramatic sort of, oh Christ, you know, like that. Kind of hammed it up a wee bit. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh, and sort of like cycled around them, and they just kind of went like that. Two guys like in their 30s. Craig went like that. Fucking hell, man. And then, you know, he didn't bother looking back. What was that? Craig turned around as one of the two guys had stopped and was turning around at Craig. The other one was still walking. Hadn't noticed that his pal had said that. Craig was like, that's a psychopath. And then looked away. Fuck, this is getting a wee bit out of hand. The guy went like that. Well, look, you're fucking gone, mate. You don't own the road. Just didn't make sense. Just Craig said, it's a psychopath. Started to cycle away. The guy went like, come here. Craig started to cycle, went, oh no, fuck it. Stopped him, went, what? The guy started walking out like that. His pal turned around and he started walking there as well. Like that. Guy was like that. Craig looked about. Security cameras, CCTV, people. It's going to happen here. Nothing's going to happen. The guy went up to Craig and went like that. Mate. All this is new to me. Psychopaths and all this green stuff. Now, you probably heard jokes about psychopath and all that. This is all new to me because I'm just out of jail. I'm 32. I was jailed for 20 years when I was 12 for murdering my mum and dad. Thanks to the payout of the bet there, by the way. I can't cope out here, mate. I can't cope out here. I've been trying to get a job. Can I get a job? I'm heading. That's my cousin there. I'm heading out. Heading out tonight. Don't want to go out. Scares me. Too many people. Too many people. Too much. Fuck. Anything can happen. See in the fucking jail. 3 meals a day. Refer your head. Just. It's a fucking system. You know where everything is. You know. So it's quite funny that this is about a psychopath, because it is like that kind of psychopath joke or pun, because I'm a psychopath, that's a psychopath, and I'm going to kill you because of this, because of that. Except this isn't a joke, mate. This is actually going to happen. And Craig went like that. Listen, mate, all right. Craig started to cycle away. Next thing he knew, the psychopath had shoved the whole fucking back wheel up Craig's arse. You can do it. Not the whole thing like that, but you can break the wheel, right? And it sort of stretch out, so it's a big long straight thing, and just like fed it up Craig's arse. Spokes and all. That guy that's a fucking joke. Wait, hear this. What do you think that guy is now? But probably doing what life. Craig's dead. You don't come back for that. You don't survive that. What do you think? What do you think that guy is? The psychopath. What do you reckon? Hanged, maybe. Maybe life. Solitary confinement. Something like that. Do you know what they did? They said, we can't put you back in jail because that's no nice. But you say you like the kind of jail environment, but you want to be free. They built a whole jail that's the size of Glasgow and put it air Glasgow. Like a kind of dome sort of thing, like a thing like that. So that he could enjoy Glasgow, but knowing that he's actually in a jail. Doesn't make sense. It's just some of these things just, it's strange. Whatever it is, phobias, I don't know, conditions, disorders, I don't know what it is. It just peace of mind. And at the roof, they painted it kind of grey, so it looked like Glasgow. So nobody was none the wiser. And here's the thing. That's a true story. Do you want to know how I know? Because you're in one. It's fucking real. Glasgow is inside a big jail. And do you want to know how I know? Because I just fucking tried to fly to Paris there. And they put this mask area to say, put you to sleep. Just everybody needs to go to sleep because it's a bit kind of like scary. Turbulence and all that. So this will just help you go to sleep. And I went, all right, in, and I pretended to inhale the gas. Everybody was asleep but me. And I looked out the window. And I was like, wait a minute, something's not right. And I could see we're actually coming to the edge of a building, like fucking Truman Show, like. but it was a big sort of like a big windy, big hole. And the plane flew through this hole and went out into the actual real world. And I looked back and it's this big fucking jail. It's a big jail. It looked like this. There it is there. That's Glasgow. That's not just Limmy. The prison Limmy. That's do you know how high that is? The clouds up to there. Picture the tallest building in Glasgow. I think that's the Glasgow Tower. That's about that height, watch. That there. This motor, you might be thinking, well, what's the motor then? What's that? That's another story. That's another story. That's somebody who was used to living in a motor and they killed somebody because they had to live in a house. And they said, I can't cope outside of living in my motor. So they built like a kind of town in the motor. It just goes on and on. That's the thing. Once you fucking open the floodgates for this sort of stuff, it's I don't know. It's not really my world anymore. Really, I shouldn't really be complaining. I'm kind of on my way out. Do you know what I mean? The future belongs to the younger people. If that's what they want to do with the world, that's up to them. Who am I? I was born in 1974. I've got old thoughts, decades of old ways of thinking drummed into me. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to sort of shift that sort of shit. It's hard as I try. So, but you know, all the best. It's not my world anymore. Do you know what I mean? I've got my world in there. You know what I mean? Just if that's what you want, if that's what you younger folk want, younger folk, I've got any younger folk in here, man.